So the real reason that Shane Wright dropped to fourth overall was just released. On Elliot Friedman's 32 Thoughts podcast, he just stated the reason why Shane Wright fell down to fourth overall. And it's not what we thought. What we all thought was that it was his attitude. He was super confident, a little too cocky, honestly. And we thought that was the reason that, it turned off the GMs. They didn't like his attitude. They didn't think it was a winning attitude. And because of that, that was what we thought was why he dropped. Especially if you look at someone like Uri Slafkovsky, who the Habs did end up picking first overall. Everyone loves Slafkovsky's attitude. He's just such a funny, enthusiastic, exciting young man. And he doesn't seem too cocky, unlike Shane Wright, where, so that's why I guess we thought that the attitude was the reason why we didn't pick him and ultimately why he fell down to fourth. But let me tell you, that is not the reason. The real reason is because these GMs and these scouts did not think that Shane Wright played enough the past couple years. Due to COVID, many leagues were shut down, especially here in Canada. At times it was impossible to even get an outdoor rink. They made that illegal for a couple months, So honestly, I really feel for Shane Wright here because even myself, I missed 2 years of hockey just because of COVID, and it really sucked. So I do understand that's why GMs didn't choose him, because in the big picture, you want someone who's been playing, someone who's continued to develop, especially in these crucial years. And yeah, I don't think you could possibly be the best player in a draft class if you missed a whole year of hockey. Apparently during the interviews, when the GMs talk to all the prospects and this and that, all these GMs were talking to him and they're like, why didn't you play? Why didn't you fly overseas? Because, in Europe and this and that, they still had their leagues going, which a lot of young players ended up doing instead. But yeah, they were grilling him. They kept asking these questions, and the poor dude, I get it. It may not be ideal to move halfway across the world just to continue playing hockey for that year. But at the end of the day, that's kind of what you need if you want to maintain that first overall, skill and talent. I don't know the backstory. Maybe it was not possible for them to move out overseas and play. Who knows? Or maybe he was too cocky, which, because a lot of people weren't a fan of his attitude. So maybe he was too cocky and he thought, doesn't matter. I don't need this extra year of practice. I'm staying home. I'm still going to be number one overall. And, it's definitely not going to come and bite me in the ass later on. I don't know. Like I said, he could have just not had the opportunity to play overseas. Maybe it was impossible. But judging by the fact that he was so surprised he dropped to fourth overall, I think he just chose not to maybe. There's no way that you could think that missing a whole year or seeing other people that are going to be close to you in the draft class, they're continuing to play. You can't think that you're going to still be ranked higher than them by the end of the year, if you don't play. Who knows? Maybe that was going through his head. Maybe it wasn't. But that is the reason why Shane Wright went fourth overall. These teams skipped on him because they didn't think that he played enough. And it was just a crucial year in his development that he skipped out on. But here's what I don't understand. If you've been following Shane Wright at all, you'll know that he hasn't been getting great opportunity here at the beginning of the season. He's been a healthy scratch multiple games, and in the games that he's played, he's put up 5-minute nights, 6-minute nights, maybe 8-minute nights. These aren't enough. We were complaining about Slafkovsky only getting a 10-minute night. Oh my God, that's so, Slafkovsky is getting double the ice time that Shane Wright is, and we're still complaining about Slafkovsky. We should be thankful at this point that he is not in Shane Wright's position. But what I don't get is that these GMs complained and they kept grilling him about, not playing enough. And here he is sitting on the sideline for half of the first 10 games, or he's sitting on the bench for literally 55 to 50 minutes of the 60 minutes played in the game. It doesn't make sense to me. I honestly feel bad for the kid because it's just not, it feels unfair for him. Was it a little funny at first when he was a little upset that he didn't go first overall? Yes. But I do feel for the kid now. I want to see him play. I want to see what this guy could do. I want him to prove Montreal wrong a little bit, or at least the three teams that passed on him. I want to see his skill displayed. and it's nowhere to be shown because they keep scratching him. So yeah, that is the true reason why Shane Wright fell to 4th overall. I am very surprised. I mean, it makes sense in the end, but considering what Seattle is doing and not giving him the opportunities he needs to succeed and get better, it's mind-boggling. I do not understand the logic behind it. So yeah, that is going to be all for me today. If you did enjoy this video, don't be afraid to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm currently trying to get to 500 subscribers, and we are super close. So if you made it this far in the video and you did enjoy the video, don't be afraid to subscribe. I often post Habs news, Habs rumors, or all-around league news. So yeah, with that being said, I'll see you guys all next time. Take care.